welcome everyone to Module 1 of our Quick Start program. My name is Dr. Michael Renzulli. I am your Life host. I'm here also with Jill Cooper. We strive passionately to really deliver the best of the best from practices around the country, from people who it takes time and effort and money and mistakes to really get this down on a very high level, consistently. So where you consistently can turn on your machine, your marketing machine, and drive in the patients and consistently get great results. So our goal, our focus, our intent is to give you the tools that you need to truly make it happen for yourself on a very high level, consistently. I promise you, if you implement these skills, and in fact, I insist that you take massive action, that you make this decision right here, right now, that you're going to take massive action on these tools that we're handing you. It's not just, oh, that would be interesting, or yes, that would be good. We want you to really rock it. We want you to really hit home runs. You're part of a family, a team that, number one, we care about your success. Number two, we have the tools. We're here to encourage you, to cajole you, to push you, to hold you accountable, to take action. It's simply a matter of taking massive, massive action, and I absolutely insist, because you're a part of our purview, you're in this realm with us. We're here to encourage you. If you have any needs, we're here for you. I want you to really know that. So without any further ado, let me just go right into this here. So what you need to know is this. The market for this technology, the market for this whole aesthetic medicine arena is doing nothing but expanding. It's a perfect storm of demographics. You may know some of this, but I want you to just have confidence. The reason why I give you this is to have sincere confidence. To go ahead and spend the money, do what it takes to get your name out there. This is some of the tools that we can give you. Has anybody ever called you? Have you ever made a decision, for instance, to say you want to get your roof repaired? So you're going around, you're making phone calls. The first thing you're going to be looking for is, number one, is this person on the other end know what they're doing? Are they knowledgeable? Are they pleasant? If not, if they seem to be stumbling, if they seem to not be sure what they're going to do, what are you going to do? You're going to hang right up. Well, the same thing when when you have it out there that you offer a body sculpting technology, you're going to be getting phone calls. So the key thing for you to understand is you must have a script of some kind. You must teach your people, and we have an in-depth training on this specifically. If you haven't done so, please take advantage of it doing that. We give you the exact scripting, the exact words. Unlike maybe your past rehab practices where patients were coming in because they had to, this is completely different. People are calling you, people are coming into your office because they want to. And they not only want to look good, but they also want to feel good. So when you must transmit instantaneously. When they pick up that phone, your staff, that receptionist, she is the pivotal part of your practice to drawing the patients, to booking the patients. Her intent, her brain should be thinking, I'm going to get this patient in the door. She must transmit warmth. It has to be done on a very uplifted, positive. You may have practice consultants and understand this, but for an aesthetic practice, it's amplified even more so. They expect to have a positive, warm, genuine interaction each and every time. These patients have deeper emotional needs. If you can have the best staff, you can have the best technology, you can have an incredible team in an office, but if you blow that call, not only are you going to be losing out on the thousands and thousands of dollars for that patient, but also all of their referrals. So you must answer the phone. Maybe you can put a sign on your phone, a smile, or maybe just know that whoever is answering that phone has to. You can almost liken it to. I have my nephew, my 4-year-old nephew, likes to watch this cartoon. There's this electric guy, and across the room, he sends those electricity across the room, and the bad guy dies with his energy that he's exuding. Well, the same thing kind of applies for this thing. When that person picks up the phone, you have to convey, almost like you can picture like an electrical energy going through the phone. They must feel it inside of them. They must get this feeling like, wow, there's something unique, there's something special. They must convey this deeper emotional connection. This, my friends, is an emotionally based business. If you don't quite understand that in the past, put that in your brain, expand your mind, understand that. This is an emotionally based practice. To the degree that you can have greater and greater facility with understanding people's emotions, understanding their basic psychological needs, is the degree that you're going to succeed in this business. We have a separate training that goes all deeply into this, but just to touch on it here as part of this overview, one of the things that people may be calling about, you want to engage these people on the phone. You want to get them to communicate to you. This is the pivotal part. If you're having whether it be even a Groupon or any kind of advertising, anything out there, it's going to all start with a phone call. So understand this is an emotional connection that you're making. Your staff person must connect on a deeper level, more so than just these words. And how do you do that? You do so with role playing. You do so you can't really teach that. The concept's going to be aware, but choose that person for your phone. And believe me, this is massive business. This is massive business. If you don't quite understand that yet, I'm here to enlighten you and illuminate your mind. This is big business. We have practices doing $100,000 to $300,000 each and every month, people. So this is huge business. You can guess what? What are they doing different than you? It's just the small things that make all the difference in the world. And I'll tell you right now, this training that you're getting a part of here could be fundamental to your success. So understand this. Some of the emotional needs are this. Patients need to feel a sense of, a classic one is a patient needs to, if it's a woman especially, women are wired differently than men in the sense that often if they are single, they're walking around thinking, is this going to be Mr. Right for me? Is this the right one for me? If they're calling you and they are single, I guarantee you this is a deep, deep, deep emotional need for her. So it's not about, hey, what you typically would say to them, what has prompted you? What has changed in your life recently that would prompt you to want to seek these kinds of services? Well, I'm going for maybe my prom, or, the bikini season is coming up, but really that's just words. What is the deeper emotional need? If you can have it engage in a casual yet sincere conversation. Are you single? What's going on with you? Tell me what's happening in your life. If you can get into that point, the whole idea is to get them in the door to book the appointment. And I'm going into partly even a consultation. But the idea is, if she's single, she's thinking she wants to meet that right person. So her emotional need is the companionship. So her emotional need is to be able to feel that connection with the right person, with the right partner. So you can say things like, Sarah, I see that you said that you're looking to, that you're single. Just imagine what it's going to feel like to finally meet that right person. These are the kinds of words. We give you a very powerful, insightful page that is a intake form. And what's so powerful about this is that you'll be able to you'll be able to ask these kinds of questions in a non-threatening way because they're designed to truly help the patient. So the greeting sets the tone. Good afternoon, this is Dr. Smith's office. Catherine speaking. How may I help you? And really convey that. They're going to typically ask, well, how much is your lipo? How much is your body contouring? Never just ever blurt out a price. It's always done in context. The context is, well, I can tell you this. People want to know that your pricing is competitive. They're not necessarily looking for an exact price, but they want to be assured that you're not being taken advantage, number one. Where you can say something to the effect of, and you'll be getting the scripting for all this, but something to the effect of, well, I can tell you that our services are highly competitive. Plus, we offer the whole body vibration platform, which really engages the lymph system and flushes out all the mobilized fat. Like nobody else does that. Well, you can say something to the effect of, well, I can tell you we're very competitive in the marketplace. Plus, we have an introductory special going on where you can get one session, introductory session for $99 or something like that. So you never blurt out the number. It's always done in context to say what's in the marketplace, or you can say, well, that's a good question. We happen to be having a special right now, and you can come in to meet the doctor, have a consultation, and it's a $99 fee. When's a good time for you? You always want to book the patient. But the patient asks, well, I know down the block there's this other laser that this other doctor's using. And you're going to say, yes, I completely understand. You want to communicate to them that you know exactly what's going on in the marketplace, and there's a better reason for them to come to you. I've heard of that, and Dr. Smith did very careful research on that procedure as well as the other technologies at the medical meetings he attends. He found that procedure to be good. That technology, guess what? That technology is excellent, but what we found is that our technology is consistently clinically superior. You want to learn more? I see Dr. Smith has 2 openings this Friday at 3 or next Tuesday at 6. So either of these work for you. So this is a skill. You want to give them enough information and then, boom, bring them right back to the purpose of why they're calling. You want to get them in your door. You can show them your magic once you get them in the door. So just know that this is specific skills. They may say, well, the doctor down the block offers this freezing techniques. Again, you go back to the same methodology. You say, yes, we've heard of that, and Dr. Smith did very careful research on that procedure as well as other technologies that we talk about at these medical meetings. He found that to be very good, but he found LipoLite to be even better, and you're going to see that. If you want to learn more, I see we have 2 openings this Friday at 3 or next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Which one works better for you? So how much is the price? Well, I can tell you we happen to be having normally, that's a very good question. We just happen to be having a spring special right now where you can come in and meet the doctor, and it's a $99 introductory. I happen to see we have 2 openings right now. One on Friday, the other at Tuesday. Which one works better for you? Ask for the appointment. Ask for the appointment. Go for the appointment. Engage them in a very conversational. The whole idea is to convert them. I know Dr. Smith would like to examine you and show you before and after pictures of great results of other patients. I happen to be available. He happens to be available at Friday at 2 or next Tuesday. Always give them a choice. The choice is never, ever, ever, when do you want to come in? It's never a yes or no. It's always, of course you're going to be coming. You're offering an incredible, amazing service for these people. You are changing lives. Patients will feel more confident. They will be more confident. They will be better people. So you have the ability to touch them. So you have to guide them. People want this. They often just need to be emotionally have their hand held. We want to examine you. We want to show you before and afters. You can even engage them in a very conversational way. Always be conversational, but letting them know that you really care. I have to tell you that the more that they really feel that you care, that this is a caring office, that this is a warm office, it's to the degree they're just going to feel comfortable. Again, this is an emotionally based environment, arena. So become comfortable expressing emotions and having your emotional vocabulary become more fluent in this. And again, we have the scripts and the trainings associated with this. I'm just here to give you an overview and to engage you, to help you start thinking along this pathway. Let me just see what the schedule is. Let me take a look at the schedule, see what it looks like to give you some idea of when you can visit us. You want to project immediately. You want to project even scarcity of time, meaning we are booked. We are booked, and fortunately, more than likely, this is going to be very true for you, even right from the get-go. You're going to have a flood of patients when they get the word out with this, typically. So, we're very busy. Let me see if I can squeeze you in, kind of. This is your posture. This is the way you're couching your terminology, your verbiage on the phone. And always, whether even if you could be out with somebody on meet at a cocktail party, you want to present that you're very busy. You're going to be crazy not to take advantage of it. And of course they're going to take advantage of it. This is something that's really cutting edge, and everyone is doing it. It's interesting how people want to do what everyone else is doing. And if not, they're missing out. So you want to let them know, this is what everyone's doing. Oh, don't you even know everyone's doing this? Are you kidding? Where have you been? I have a Tuesday at 3 o'clock and a Friday at 1. So people psychologically, they want to be a part of where's the crowd going? People are often followers, and this is another part of the psychology. Is there a certain day of the week that works better for you? We should just tell you our next available appointment. Again, the whole idea of this pivotal person, this receptionist, is absolutely critical to have them be trained properly, because they can cost you or make you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. If you have any specific special needs, if you have a high need person, you can have them call and we'll help you with this. We really care. We really want you to know that you must nail this. This is a part of your practice you have to just absolutely nail. You're spending money on your advertising, perhaps your SEO, your pay per click, or whatever have you. You want to make each one and every one of these to hone it. You have to role play. You have to learn your scripting. Scarcity, as I just said. Dr. Smith is extremely popular and is typically booked 2 to 4 weeks out. This is not going to be untrue, but you can tell the future in advance nonetheless. Always. Your whole posture, you get to them on the phone, or even you see somebody out. You want to project scarcity. I see we're very busy here. We're typically booked out 2 to 4 weeks. I see it as a Tuesday. It was interesting. It just happened to me recently. I don't even remember what it was. The person said, I see there's an opening just came open. Are you lucky? Then let's squeeze you in. This is the way you guys have to talk. You're lucky. Let's squeeze you in. I just see an opening right now. This is extremely popular. Urgency. People, people, even though you're helping them and even though they want to be helped, often they need some kind of immediacy. There's a need that they need to do this right now. There's a specific reason they can perfect. So Connie, you're calling us at the perfect time. We just announced our summer special on that procedure in our patient newsletter. This is another way of answering both how much does it cost as well as projecting urgency. You're calling us at the perfect time. We just announced a summer special on our LipoLite procedure in our patient newsletter. This means you're entitled to 75 hours off if you can visit us now or this week. I see we have an opening on Tuesday and there's one on Friday. Whenever you specifically have your consults. Again, engage them multiple times. It sounds like you may not be quite ready You have to understand also, you have to ask them, well, how did you hear about this? Because that'll direct the entire conversation. It's it's one conversation if somebody says, well, I was referred by my friend Sally, who's already going there. Because now that person, you just book them. Just know, of course, they're going to do the same exact thing that Sally's doing. Like refers like. Simple. That's a whole different conversation if somebody says, well, I heard about the technology. I'm just kind of beginning my research into it, and I just want to know, what is that about? So those are two different kinds of conversation. So you want to ask, how did you hear about this? Also for your tracking, because the most successful people always, always, always track. We are offering a get to know us. If somebody's not quite ready, you want to have a fallback offer. Something just maybe they're not quite ready for the full on lipo-light procedure, but maybe you have something, maybe you offer a fine light mask procedure. For all of you or any of you who have the mask, which by the way, if you don't, you're crazy not to, because that alone is $70 to over $100 for each and every session. You sell those in 6 to 12 packages. So you should be doing that. You have doctors making $10,000 and $20,000 a month on that alone. It's just incredible. So, we have great technology for that. So you can offer maybe something like that, or maybe something else that you offer. We're offering a Get to Know Us body contouring evaluation package. It includes 2-session body wraps with a complete weight loss consultation. And we have a doctor-supervised weight loss consultation that you can take the entire package. That whole thing retails for $300. However, you can only get it for $97. I see we have 2 openings for that as well. Which one of these would work better? Does that engage you? Okay, the very first week in your office, this is how you process your first week existing patients. Every existing patient receives information about LipoLite when they arrive. For those of you who are just getting your technology, we have brand new brochures that really we get nothing but really great feedback on. You must immediately order those. Hand out a promotional business card. These promotional business cards, this is all on the website under the marketing vault. Basically, it says this business card entitles you to a complimentary LipoLite session. You can build a massive business on that alone. As we all know, like refers like. So certainly, you want to refer these. You want to give this to your patients, and all you're doing is you're giving them a free session. You're giving them a free LipoLite session. You're going to give them a consultation. You're going to educate them. You're going to find out through our incisive intake form their emotional needs. You're going to speak deeply into their subconscious. You're going to speak into that part of them. You're going to engage them. You're going to sign up these people with these free promotional business cards. In the whiteboard in your treatment room, ask about LipoLite. You want to have reminders. Whenever a new patient comes, whenever you have your assistant taking any kind of patient to the treatment room, you always say, have you heard about our new technology? You have talking points with your staff. It's non-invasive. There's no pain. There's no downtime. Your staff should immediately be taking advantage of this technology because you want them to immediately start getting great results. Oh my goodness, I just lost 3 inches on my first 2 sessions. This is exactly what will start happening. Make sure your staff follows the right protocol. Make sure they do their exercise afterwards to get the very best results. Make sure they're drinking the water. Your signature, your name is on this. Who you are, your identity is wrapped up into this. So make sure they're doing the right best practice protocol to get the very best results. So the doctor enters the room and asks if the patient is ready to go short and has any questions. That you should be flowing with the words of, you should know this. That picture of the fat cell, the electron microscope fat cell opening up, that should be your new subluxation type of poster. That should be your new, this is who we are and what we do, before and after pictures, and that should explain it all. This should be your mantra. will instantly register what's going on. Okay, sign me up. I'll do it. I have to tell you, after being in practice for years and years and years, how many have ever heard, you don't have to sell this. It sells itself. People are driven to take care of themselves. We live in a beauty-obsessed culture. So this is you offering a tool that they want badly. So you have to just communicate this. Your staff, even when you answer the phone, hi, Dr. Smith's office now offering LipoLite, body slimming and contouring. What is that? Well, it's very simple. Your patients, your staff, as well as you need to be well versed in this. It's an advanced body slimming and contouring technology. It's the very latest. We have the very latest technology. You can lose 3 to 7 inches in as little as 3 weeks. Come on in. We're having consultations between 3 and 7. When's a better time for you? Your patient, you're walking into the back of the room. Have you heard about LipoLite? Have your staff have talking points, 3 to 4 talking points, each one of them. You're going to do role playing with your staff. What are the talking points? LipoLite is completely non-invasive. There's no pain. There's no downtime. You can lose 3 to 7 inches in as little as 3 weeks. You have to know how does that work? Well, you have these pads that go directly against the skin. The energy, it has these diodes on each pad. The energy goes through the skin. The fat cell is highly sensitized to this energy. And the contents of the fat cell, the glycerol, the fatty acids in the water, it spills out, the cell collapses and shrinks permanently. And you tell your patient, if you can picture a grape shrinking down to the size of a raisin, that you implant that picture in the patient's mind. Oh, bing, I get that. You show the picture on the wall. You have to have facility. These words should just roll off your tongue. It should be you have to say this over and over to yourself. You can picture a grape shrinking down to the size of a raisin. The contents of the fat cell spills out, and the cell collapses and shrinks. This is permanent. So get in the habit, practice, take massive action, have it second nature. Also, ask for referrals with this. Ask for referrals. With the whole insurance nightmare mess around the country, even patients, it's almost, you get tired of asking. This is an easier paradigm. This is more fun. This is more lucrative. This is not as stressful. You're not dealing with the insurance mess anymore. So feel free again to engage, to feel lighthearted about practicing again. Do you ask them for referrals? You know any family or friends who would benefit from LipoLite treatment? Ask them. Okay, so how do you announce this? How do you get the word out quick? Do a press release to your local media. Do a press release to your local media. If you don't know how to do a press release, go online and say, Google good examples of press releases to give you an idea. Basically, you can do a press release by you're solving a problem. That's one way of looking at it. Dr. Smith or Jen had a problem. She was always lacked confidence until she came to Dr. Smith's office and received LipoLite. She was able to lose 3 inches in her first visit. Subsequently, wound up losing 9 inches over the course of 3 weeks. Send a press release to your local media. If you don't have a website, we have a web person who can do very affordable websites for you. Just let me know, and we will get that to you. You must have a website, preferably even different from what your current practice is, because you're going to be moving more and more into this whole aesthetic. These websites are like $400 for something not too different than even the one we have. Including your e-newsletter, your free session on LipoLite, your direct mail letters. We have examples of this. You can take advantage of that. You pass out these promotional business cards. The first thing you're going to do is just hand out your brochures. Send your brochures. hire a kid from high school and hand out the brochures to the salons and the spas. Set a date. So how we recommend that you gear all your marketing is to a date, an event. Put all of your energy into a date. Could be, or even 2 dates, depending on the time of the week, so you can catch the most amount of people. It's almost like having an open house all over again. Put good energy, invite them there even, literally. Many of you are in communities where you're wide open, so you can, by the way, if you're in a wide open area, you must charge the highest prices because you can get it. Don't be afraid. Do not be afraid. Charge at least, if there's nobody else in your area, there's no reason why you can't be getting at least $2,000 for 9 sessions, okay? At least, if not more. Send out an email to all of your existing database of patients. Think about it. Even all the old inactive patients, you have a whole new reason. If you have any kind of connection with them, send them an email. Let them know. Marketing is just a process of letting people know these incredible services that you're now offering. What I can tell you is, have everyone that you know in your staff immediately start using Lipolite so they can communicate from a place of authenticity and conviction. Your posters, we have these brand new posters that are they're popping. And it will just kind of really explain itself. I also recommend that you have large before and after pictures. You need to create a brochure book. And this brochure book, basically, you're going to collect before and after pictures depending on the body area. So for patients who want tummy, they're coming in for tummy, you're going to have all your tummies in the same area. You can have page protectors. All your before and after, do it professionally. Have professional, meaning you don't have to have your printer do it, but have nice color, crisp pictures on photographic quality paper. Before and afters. It all is dependent on the particular area of the body. If they want chin, you have all your chins in the same area. Arms, that's one of the hottest things going right now. Everyone wants the Jennifer Aniston. Arms with Michelle Obama. She's an icon. Whether you agree with her politics or not, she's an icon in fashion, and a lot of women look to her as she's top of mind. So this is a very hot. Have your arms prominent. You should have a poster of before and after arms. It doesn't necessarily have to be a celebrity, although people can just subconsciously they relate to it. Yeah, I want, just so you know, it's one of the hottest things going in plastic surgery right now is having arm implants, if you can believe that. Network with your other physicians. Think about this. Those doctors that you know, give them a call. Have your script down. What is Lipolite do? You should have your elevator pitch. It's an advanced body contouring slimming technology. You can lose 3 to 7 inches in as little as 3 weeks. It's completely non-invasive. There's no pain. There's no downtime. How would it feel? Again, you want to engage people on an emotional level. And how do you do that? Ask them. How would it feel to finally be able to lose all those inches on your body? Well, this is a marketing thing. We can certainly get into how to close them that way at a different time, but that is very powerful if you understand. This is more of an overview. This is a module 1 of our quick start menu, how to really get this out to as many people as you can quickly. Talk at local events. We have an exceptional, we teach you exactly how to communicate to people with the consultation and the PowerPoint we have it's sequenced properly. As if many of you have seen Dr. Diane's presentation on that, it's really brilliant, and it's not simply it's a really good PowerPoint presentation. So you can feel this sense of confidence. knowing that you can deliver a very professionally well laid out presentation. You go through that. So feel confident to be able to speak at your local events. Bring Lipo Light. You know, it's something that we can now offer just to help is these banners, basically pop-up, roll-up banners with Lipo Light. So you can bring these tools with you wherever you go. You can bring your before and after posters and these pop-up banners, which would be really useful for you. So feel very confident. Deliver this message. Do things perhaps that you didn't quite think of before, because you can feel excited that this is a whole nother realm. But this is something that everyone, you're going to be extremely popular with all the women at the very least. And then, but you have something that everyone wants. I mean, think about it. Learn to speak in these emotionally based tones, meaning, as I was just saying before, it's maybe they're looking for companionship. Another thing they're looking for is people want to feel a sense of superiority over others. They want to feel like their friends are jealous of them. So if you see that kind of power woman who's wearing a red dress or something, or she pulls up in her Mercedes, this is a driven woman. This is a woman of distinction, and she wants all her friends to be envious of her. So if she wants everyone to see her as a woman of class and distinction, so you can use words like, oh my God, Mary, can you just imagine how jealous your friends are going to be? It's just something you're speaking into her wire, the wiring of her brain. She's going to say, here's my credit card. Of course. So when you learn these kinds of techniques, you'll just be very, very powerful in your communication. So take Lipo Light to your sporting events and other venues. Put ads in your local media. What we've discovered is this. All markets are different. All markets are different. So what works in one market doesn't necessarily work in another market. You have to find your sweet spot in your own local market. I have some docs who do extremely well with television advertising. And certainly you have the licensure rights to use our Lipo Light logos and copyrighted pictures and all of our graphics. So you can, and as well as the videos that you can use. And you can do a voiceover. But in other markets, television doesn't necessarily work. So you have to be willing to try and test and track. You must track. When somebody calls on by the phone, by the way, that receptionist must have a tracking book. You must ask that patient every single time, where did you hear about us? You can have different 800 numbers that you can set up so you can see the log of which 800 number they called in. You know where the advertising came from. Or you can either do by 800 number or in some way track the marketing depending on where it came from. It's so key because, and I have a marketing consultant, and he says that most people do not track. Think about it. If you were able to track, and you're all going to have a very busy practice here, so to the degree that you can track your marketing efforts is the degree that you can spend more money on what's working. Hello. So, and cut off those things that are not working. So feel free, have license to try different things. Certainly one-on-one doing trade shows, networking. If you can go to meetup.com, if none of these know what that is, you should know, because it's just a whole hosting listing in your particular area of all kinds of networking events that you can go to for free to hand out your business cards on. Again, you're going to be popular. You're going to make this. Each one of these is a couple $1,000 plus. So it's well worth your time to do stuff like this. More so than anything else you could possibly do. Think about it. Social media marketing The hottest thing going right now is Twitter. Social marketing, you can even do pay-per-click on Facebook. It's a very powerful way. You can just go under the advertising section of Facebook. If you have a business page, a landing page, take before and after pictures, take some videos of patients who have good results. And by the way, as soon as somebody's excited, you must whip out that little iPhone, or you must have your cameras ready at all times. You gotta be like fanatical about this, because you got to capture the energy as it unfolds. Post these to Facebook. You gotta have a waiver form, so they're allowing you to use their image. It's very simple, but use Facebook, and then do you can try pay-per-click. You can do so with as little as $10 to $15 per day as a budget. You can start Facebook pay-per-click with $10 daily budgets. It's that cheap. I've been asked to do training. I know how to do this. I've been very well trained in it, and I've done it very successfully. Where you can get yourself 10, 12 leads a day from around your community, 10 or more, just on a small budget. We're gonna be. Department, you give them the basics, they will do it for you. Let's see, this hop backwards. Here we go. Marketing vibe. Produce video segments on a website for YouTube. Become an expert. What I want you to do is get in the habit of capturing everyone's testimonial. There is nothing more important than doing a testimonial. Do a testimonial. Capture everyone's testimonial as soon as they are excited. I want you to learn to speak to everyone and anyone. Specifically, what you're going to discover is that this is 80-some-odd% of your market is females. Anywhere females congregate, could be your condo association, could be people draw people by offering a free demonstration. So this is what you're going to do. As soon as, and this should be part of your event. At your event, you're going to do a presentation with a live demonstration. Who are you going to choose for the live demonstration? It's going to be a female. There's different body types, so you're going to learn to see which body type responds the best. Not the big guy with the deep visceral fat, but it's going to be a female with soft subcutaneous fat. So you're going to be able to feel it. It's going to be soft. That woman is the perfect person to do a demonstration on, right in front of everybody. You can feel completely confident. You can feel completely confident doing so. She will see the difference. You're going to do it typically at least an inch right on the spot. After you have somebody in your practice who is very happy, what you're going to do for every demonstration, they're going to be a testimonial for you at your live demonstration. Anyone who does well, that is excited, you're going to say, I'm going to convert you to, you're going to be my testimonial person whenever I do demonstrations at my presentations. That person is going to stand up, one or two, at least two of them, well, at least one rather, standing up. And for everyone that they do, they're going to get a free lipolite session. They're going to get a free lipolite. So that's how you're going to keep them happy, and always be looking for new people, because people are busy, so they may not always be available at your schedule. You're going to look, whoever gives free testimonials, they're going to stand up during your presentations, It could be a staff person even, certainly. But you want to have testimonials. Testimonials, people will give so much more credence to a third party than necessarily what you're offering, right? So have your go-to testimonial girl who's going to stand up. Oh, this is what happened, and I'm so excited. This is what you need. You're going to have it scripted over and over and over and over and over and over again. So here we are. We're entering the summer. This is perfect timing. You need to get a big banner outside your door. For everyone, what we're going to do here is this. We have these brand new graphics that we can put in banner format, which means that one of these pop-up, roll-up banners. You know, the kind that you can carry with you, very light, and then you roll it out and you put one of those metal bars in place that comes with it and just sticks in place. Well, you should be putting one of those now offering lipo light. We have it very well done, or it says lose fat without surgery. We have these 3 different kinds of banners. And we're able to do so now. We're able to do so. I want you to go to the website that's going to be available by the end of today, and we're going to have 3 banners that will be available. We have a go-to person. It's really a third party, but we have a go-to person to be able to do so at very affordable rates for you. And you can brand this to yourself, meaning you can put it on your website. You can maybe put your website and your phone number right there. Or we have another one that's not branded specifically. You can just put now offering LipoLite, lose 3 to 7 inches. You'll see the banner. You'll see the new banners that we're offering because we just are able to do so now. To help you, the whole idea is for you to be able to have tools to really rock it for yourself. And we're giving it to you at nominal, we negotiated at very nominal prices to make it happen, so you can do so cheaply and get it out there for yourself. So you can go to events. So you can go put it even when you're not at an event, you're going to keep it outside your front door of your office. So you can let everyone know. Okay, so think of themes. Right now is bikini season. Take advantage of that. Incorporate that into your marketing at all times. So we have examples of to existing patients. How are you going to send out that information? Letting them know. It's in our marketing vault there. The marketing get up and going. You set a date. The whole idea, again, is to set a date. Put your energy towards a workshop, a seminar. We have these jumpstart menus, and that's going to be part of how all the different, you're going to be listing all the different services. Like if you're doing any kind of doctor-supervised weight loss program, if you're doing any kind of detox program, you're going to certainly be adding LipoLite in there. You're going to be doing whole body vibration technology. Some of you may be offering other ancillary services, perhaps even a wrap of some kind. So you're going to be adding all these services together and then spelling out the package, how much a package of 9 would be. If you haven't seen that, that's part of our Jumpstart menu, which is a separate training, but this is important for you. So we have a new patient checklist. I just want to go over, again, this is just an overview, the elements of a killer ad. The headline is the most important. So this is, if you're speaking to your newspaper guy in general, this is what you must be aware of. The headline is everything. You can test A/B headlines. In other words, you can say to wherever you're running it to, I want to be able to track and test 2 of these different kinds of ads, changing the headline just a little bit to see which one pulls better than kill the one that doesn't pull as well and just go with that. And maybe you can test again to see which one pulls better, a new one. The headline is the most important part of the text. because it's been proven over and over again, that's the part that really captures people. Two of the most essential components of a good headline is something that's got to be catchy that make the user care. The key elements is the headline, text copy, the visuals. So what you're going to do is, one of the headlines, you're going to go to our vault and you're going to see our new graphics. You can use those new elements. And by the way, that's all brand new that we have consulting to help us come up with for your benefit. So I think you're going to like it. I think you're going to take those elements that are in there, our posters, and use them, and our new brochure, and use them in any kind of headline. Again, the last part of it, social proof. What that means is testimonial. Some kind of testimonial is key, critical to have in your head. If it's on your website, you must include patient testimonials. Also, a call to action. Call now. Call special offer right now. Spring special. Call then expires an expiration. That's what the call to action is. Groupon. The last training we did was specifically on Groupon. If the interviews have not been able to see that, it's been extremely well received. Simply call or email Jill. She'll send you our recorded version of that. In general, if you want Groupon, we have a national guy. Instead of going to a local rep, which they'll try to intimidate you and basically create a deal that's not in your best interest. We have a national rep. It's not going to cost you a dime more because he negotiates a better deal and he takes the spread. All the money comes to you first and then he gets paid after from you. So it's very clean. You can get going a lot faster with our guy. So just call and ask for that if you need that. Do not give it away. These Groupon people want you to give it away, and they're making all the money and leaving you holding the bag, doing all the work, and you're not really making any money. You really want to do it as little as possible. Ideally, you want to do it only as low sessions as possible. No more than three. No more than three. One area of the body, 2 areas of the body, and full body. You can only do that with a 16-pad LipoLite Pro machine. So this is another great advantage of having this. Look at this. You're not giving away everything with Groupon. You're only doing one area. You want them to have realistic response. But you must be straight up with Groupon people and let them know. Look at this is the typical result. You need this number of sessions. This is just an introductory kind of for you to get a good sense of it. And typically, you will lose at least an inch. But you must be straight with them. When you're telling them 1 session, 2 areas, or full body. Anyone who's coming through Groupon, I strongly recommend that you do not do one-on-one consults. It's just way too many people that you're going to be having to process through your practice. Do it in group sessions. Use the PowerPoint presentation. Study the Dr. Diane's webinar, the training on that, and how to do it right, how to sequence it, how to sell the packages, how to speak they're emotionally into them so they can sign them up. Do not give them LipoLite session on their first treatment. They must attend that presentation first. That's the way it works. When somebody calls up and says, I want the schedule, okay, we have this time and this time. They're just showing up. They don't necessarily even know. They're just showing up for a consultation. That's it. And advertising. This is what I want to get to. Time is running short. Create your own personalized jumpstart menu. This will be our next training. What I want you to do is email Jill if you don't already have done so, if you don't have access to this, and ask her to send you this. Basically, I just want to see if we can blow this up real quick here. Basically, this is what I was speaking to you about. This is your homework for the next session. Next session being next Tuesday. Your homework is to personalize and customize this specifically for your office. these numbers at the bottom, and we can't even see this here. I apologize for that, but we'll email this to you. This Jumpstart menu is basically a smorgasbord of all the services at the beginning, and then on the bottom line is the price that they're going to be charging. So it's not just, it's a series of lyophilized sessions, it's all the technology they're getting, it's all the different adjunctive services that you're offering, and then the price. Remember, patients, just so you know how this works for next time, patients need to see that they're getting some kind of percentage discount. Think about this. You go to the store, if you're a guy, you want maybe a new tool, right? You don't want to necessarily pay retail price. When you say sale, you're more likely to buy it, right? The same thing with a woman. She goes into a store, she wants to buy a new dress. She's more likely to take a harder look. She's interested in this dress that's on sale. Same thing with aesthetic medical services. Same thing. You're going to have a higher price in mind. The bottom line number, you're going to show 20% discount. You're going to have a number, you're going to cross it out. You're going to say 20% off, it's this other number. Then you're going to have a reason to give an additional 10%. And believe me, these patients are going to love it. They want to see these numbers come down. Or because today is Tuesday, you're getting an additional 10%. Or because you came, I want to do something extra special for you, even if it's impromptu. Because you came from Jane, I'm going to give you, Sarah, I'm going to give you an additional 10%. Cross that number out, the lower number. They're going to light up. They're going to feel more open and inclined. And then the bottom line number is going to be that $19.99 or that $2,400 or that $2,800. You're going to start higher, $3,400 or $2,800. You're going to work your way down. The bottom line number, 20% discount, then 10% discount, then their price. This is, psychologically, this is how you're going to close them. So your homework is this. If you haven't already done so, you're going to watch Dr. Diane's webinar. This intake form, you're going to customize for your facility. This intake form is basically these emotionally based questions that once you have them, whether it be casual conversation, or you're out at a cocktail party, or when you have them doing a one-on-one consultation, you're going to be able to ask them these, emotional questions about what's going on with their bodies and how they feel about themselves and how it relates to one of their 8 emotional needs. So this is how you're going to close them. So this form is very powerful. I want you to study emotional vocabulary. This is part of Dr. Diane's webinar. And set a date for your event, workshop, seminar. This is your homework. I just want to... So, Jim will be email. I was on the expanded version. Now we're coming back to where I can see these questions here. Does anybody... We have sample newspaper ads. I have some absolutely killer newspaper ads that are probably... that I know had pulled in $60,000 on two runs, but I was asked not to. So we have some tools that we can give you. The answer is we can't give you that one anymore because that one I was asked not to let the whole world have that by the doctor who created it. Do we have any other questions? Sounds like my banner idea is caught on. Oh, Dr. Kress, I know that Serena went way out of her way. Yes. And by the way, she really, she's first class, as I'm sure you've seen, that she really created something custom for you. We're creating new banners for ourselves, is what happened there. And that's why she was able to, on top of all the other work, she was able to do that for you. Okay, so the patient hasn't purchased a package at the first treatment. Do you present the package options after the last treatment? That's a debate. That's a question that has come up before in terms of with like a Groupon patient or any kind of patient. If you're giving them an introductory kind of thing, how best when to close them. What I can say to you is, it's just like when is the best time to ask for a testimony when someone is excited. So as a rule, I wouldn't have a hard and fast rule. Me personally, this is my idea. When they're most excited, you have to gauge that. So I think now, in general, I would say having to do a group consultation before they ever get treatment one. Don't ever just throw some money and start treating them. You're devaluing yourself. You have to educate them first. So, having said that, they get there first. What you're going to do is, as you go through that presentation, Dr. Dayan's webinar, it's going to show you that there's going to be a call to action. They're going to have reasons why to act right then, right there. They're going to have reasons why it's going to be beneficial for them to take advantage of the special bonuses that you're offering right there. And it goes into it, the whole scene. So that's the best time. I would say sign them up after the first. That's my humble opinion. They're excited about it. It's kind of, you don't want to become, that's the best time. Again, this is an emotionally based arena. You don't want them to be maybe, who knows what. Maybe they're going to be, their friend Sally across the street or down the block, or her friend has some other special that you heard about. No, you want to try to close them right there, right then. You want to capture them immediately. That's my humble opinion. And I know that's true. So, if you don't capture them, you have to give them compelling reasons to do so. You have to change your offer, maybe. If you're finding that you're not selling them, you have to change, you got to tweak your offer. You're going to find what's perfect for you, so don't stress it. The technology is there. It's your skill level. It's your comfortability. It's your mindset of asking for bigger and bigger dollars for cash. Maybe you're not used to it, so part of this process is your own inside job, your own mentality of being able to ask for big dollars. I mean, it's all relative. It's not really big dollars for what they're getting. I want you to do yourself a favor and research your plastic surgeons out there and see what they're charging. For something that they're going to be in severe pain for a long, for weeks and weeks and weeks. I want you to do your research, and they're charging $8,000. So as a matter of fact, we have a doctor who charges over $4,000, and that's exactly how he does it. He postures and positions himself, his plastic surgery, his lipo, right? Of course you're going to do this. Of course you're going to, this is like a no-brainer. So, yeah, so where did we get the pricing sheet that we showed? Jill said she's going to be emailing everyone that. Is there a risk to someone they can lose an inch in one? No, I don't think that. In my humble opinion, based on our experience, you can say is most people typically lose an inch. What you can guarantee them is 3 inches by the end of the course of treatment. And if they don't do so, in the small occasion that they don't do so, you can just give them more sessions until they do so. I know, Robert, that you have experience with Zerona. And by the way, here's another example of a provider like Zerona and then purchased LipoMite for many reasons. So I'm sure you have experience, but in my humble opinion and based on what we've seen, no. No, I don't think it's a risk, but you have to do what you feel comfortable for. Okay, so you have homework. I want you to take this seriously. Set your date. Study this other Dr. Dayan's webinar if you haven't already done so. Study these emotionally based vocabulary words. Take a good look at that intake form. Study it. This is going to build on one another. Introduce LipoLite to everyone. Make phone calls. Get yourself in front of people. If you don't necessarily feel comfortable doing that, if you're not that kind of person, get somebody who is. Find your go-to person who's going to do your testimony, who's going to stand up, who's your stand-up person that your testimonials to. Get two of them. So, find these people, get these elements into place. I promise you that if you take action on this, you're going to see tremendous results and tremendous rewards for yourself. But remember, somebody asks you, what do you do? I want you to start with these words. If somebody ever asks you, if you're out and you say, what do you do? You're going to say, I help people by blah, blah, blah. You're in the business of helping people. It's not I am anything. I'm ABC. I help people by, and people will be very interested in what you have to say. I help people feel good about themselves by helping them lose inches off their body. Or I help people feel good about themselves by making them look and feel great. So if somebody, even no matter what, this is how you can see yourself. You're in a position to really help people. So really communicate that to people. Feel it. Think about it. And just get the word out in every which way you know how. We have some specific tools, and we're here to encourage you to continue to do so. I know we're running a little over, and I thank you for your time. Next week will be tighter with our schedule. So thank you for. It's an honor, as always, to be a part of helping you. If you have any other questions, we have a handout on the emotional vocabulary. Yes. That's part of the notes to Dr. Diane's webinar. That's part of the notes to Dr. Diane's webinar. That's all in the marketing vault. I haven't taken a look at it most recently, but for whatever reason it's not there, simply email Jill. She will send that to you, Doc. That is absolutely essential. You want to be a rock star? You got to. You want to be a rock star, which you can be, and you are. You learn that. Okay, my friends. God bless. From this place in me, I acknowledge and salute the same place in you. Place of goodness and kindness and love. Thank you, and we'll speak to you soon.